Second Ezra 6, verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Call Halal Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Rakakadash, of honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well. Shalom to the hopefully like men that scattered abroad, pushing the truth without sincerity. And also shalom to you very few sincere sisters that's taking heed and getting in order in these last days. I'm the brother I'm coming to the video load when it's edifying, right to the point, right real quick. I just be out and about and I see things that line up the privacy. I just, take a picture and just do a quick video on it, man. Right? Because we know these times are coming, and what better way is warning? I mean, what's another way of warning than showing, more proof, right? So as I was, inside Dollar General looking for some water, I ran across. No, I was looking for some jars, some mason jars, and on the aisle that I was on, I found the jars, but I just seen like it was just so empty on this rack. Right? It was two racks, right? As you can see, towards the right, it was like water and stuff like that. But this whole shelf was water. This whole shelf was water, man. Right? And it's empty, like the scripture says. They shall suddenly be found empty. And it's gonna be more than this. Right, but just like a little prelude, just like a sneak peek, man, of how these storehouses are gonna be empty, man. Right, when they hear about troops on the ground, they hearing about prices going up, famine is coming in. Right, they're gonna hit these stores, man. All right, excuse me. Same thing like how they did in 2020, right? If the two things that they bought the most was water. And this right here was nothing but tissue, toilet tissue, paper towels, So we can already see, when it really get real, when that famine really hit, or them lights really cut off, right? People gonna be ramshacking these stores, man. Right? Scripture talk about how the love of many is gonna wax cold, right? It's doing it now, but how much more in the time of hell breaking loose? You can't trust nobody, It'll pretty much be a time of every man for himself, right? So back in the scripture it says, and suddenly, right, that word suddenly going to what? All at that moment, all at an instance, all at an instance shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid, right? People going to be afraid. They're going to be trying to panic buy. People going to be fighting for things, such as water, tissue, all the other foods that's inside these stores, right? They're going to be found empty, man, right? When they see that hell is breaking loose, they're going to tear up Walmart. They're going to tear up Kroger, Publix, wherever you have close to you, Costco, whatever. And they're also going to hit their distribution centers, man, right? These things will be suddenly found empty. Lord talks about a famine. We talking about a famine, right? A food famine, right? Because in the book of Lamentations 4, and I think 9, it said they that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. So that means the famine that we know that's going to come, it's like, the famine that's going to come in this modern time is going to be real bad, right? It's going to be real bad. To the point where they said better get killed, by a gun than they're going through this food famine, right? So that's what's really going to have these people in the uproar spirit, as well. Verse 24, it says, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run, right? And so in the time of, matter of fact, the movie that I think every brother have pretty much watched was Leave the World Behind. How the Edomite and that Jake, they was close friends before shit got real. They didn't fight, but you seen how really got at that split moment when hell was pretty much breaking loose. They didn't know what was going on. It was no trust, right? So how much more in time inside this modern time? Because this ain't gonna be no movie. This ain't no cut. Let's rewind it. No, this is gonna be real deal. It says, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. That's how bad the food scarcity is going to be, man. Got to bring up that second Ezra chapter 9. chapter 15, verse I think it's like 17 or 19. Verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. See? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So they're not having no pity, they're not having no remorse or taking out, their friend, family member, all for some food, man. Neighbor, right? Scriptures talk about, hey, woe to them that live house to house, you know. It's definitely finna get ugly, man. And like I said, when I looked at this, stuff like this make me smile. I'm pretty sure make other men of the Lord smile as well. Like, damn, this whole aisle just empty. The whole store need to be empty. That makes our day. Because we know these things gonna come to pass anyway. But to see prophecy in motion is beautiful, right? So yeah, I'm gonna reread this and I'm gonna close out. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, right? So because after they hit these storehouses, these distribution centers, where else do you think they finna go? Right? They're going to your neighborhood. They come back to the neighborhood. And that's what's really finna get ugly at, man. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Right, so Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I'm going to give our honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kakadash. A double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, rule well and teach well, and shalom to you, hopefully, like man. Shalom.